Dan thinks he's guessed it just right. He thinks he's nailed it in our blind tasting. We are sampling Basil Hayden 10-year, Willett, and Sagamore double oaked for the reveal. Definitely got to get got to get a manicure for this next time if I'm going to be showing my hands like this. I wonder if anybody's open for sponsoring. Ooh, okay. Dan, here you go.
Okay.
So let's go ABC. What do you think A is?
I think A is Willett.
That is correct. What do you think C is?
I think it's Sagamore.
That is a fact. And that means B has to be
the Basil Hayden 10-year.
Yeah, it sure does.
And so that is 100% no BS. We did that blind.
That's true. We knew what we were drinking, but we didn't know what order. We have we've got a friendly little assistant that takes care of that for us. She does not, trust me, she tells us nothing. even if it's important, she tells us nothing. But so Dan's calling this Basil Hayden 10-year out. He's talking about a peanut note. I didn't get it on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
But now that he brings it up, and I was thinking the actual peanut itself, and I'm not getting the peanut itself. Think about when's the last time you've been to like a Longhorn or a Road? What's the chain restaurant where you can bust them open?
Texas Roadhouse, isn't it?
Texas Roadhouse. So you know how a Texas Roadhouse smells, and it's not the actual peanut itself, but it's the when you roast a peanut, the inside, the outer, not the shell, but the layer of the peanut, that skin that kind of hardens and crisps up. That's the note that I'm getting. I'm getting that little, I don't know what you call it, the skin of the peanut. And I'm getting the shell. I'm not getting the actual peanut. I'm getting kind of that roasted. Okay. I mean, you know what you may be getting the actual peanut itself, but I'm getting that kind of roasted, salty little shell that's in there. And
as long as you're getting close to it. Yeah, you got some peanut. That's good. Yeah, but that's what I'm getting. I'm getting some peanut stuff. We get a lot of peanut with Jim Beam kind of stuff, right?
Lots of Beam stuff. It's not, the Beam note or the Beam nut, if you will. So, you want to rank these now? Let's do it at the end of the show. Let's rank them in order because I may have a different order, but you want to talk about the Willett or the Sagamore before we get into the Bermuda Championship?
I thought the Willett was outstanding. I really do think it's really good.
Yeah, a lot of mint, a lot of kind of that lemon zest or maybe even lime zest on this one. I'm definitely getting that citrus.
Definitely a Bermuda kind of bourbon right here.
Ooh, it is a Bermuda kind of bourbon. Make a great tiki
drink. Oh, we're going to get into it in a minute, but I love this tournament because you know what they're posting before the tournament?
Is it the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition?
Yes.
2021?
Yes.
Perfect.
No, it's not. Hold on.
Well, while you're pulling up, so the reason I say that, so PB Dye sent a TED talk of Gil that he was doing and talking about his relationship with his dad, Pete. And he's basically, and it's not long. I think it's maybe 15 minutes or so. Hopefully Dan will be able to get that and post it out to our YouTube page. But but just YouTube, Gills and Pete Dye, and he talks about how Pete kind of, with best friend and everything that Pete did for the Dominican Republic as far as tourism and with the golf courses that he built. And one of the things that he mentioned is he's like, he references that they shot a Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition at Teeth of the Dog. And he's like, holy shit, why have I not been in golf all my life? I'm paraphrasing. I probably butchered the hell out of it. But anyway, it's a great talk about, we won't get a chance to meet Pete if you haven't already met him, unfortunately. But just a great chat about, the guy that he saw in Pete Dye and how he kind of nurtured him. I don't know if that's a fair word to say, but how he mentored him, I guess is probably a better way to put it, into, where he's at today and what's going on down in the Dominican. So
here's what they're going to preview. This is what they've been previewing. And if you check our Twitter page, you'd actually see this.
Wait a minute. Is this my golf swing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right, the Butterfield.
The Butterfield. Look what they're previewing here. Oh, yeah.
So what is Butterfield? Is it Goslings? Okay. All right. So what, like a dark and stormy riff, I guess, maybe?
Yeah, they said it was a dark and stormy. And a Gosling's at that. Yep, 100%. The Pink Lady.
Yeah, so yeah, dark and
Yep.
stormy and a pink lady. Yeah, for sure. God.
Yep.
Hey, thanks for letting me know, Dan. We could have been having pink ladies and dark and stormy.
And Butterfield is a bank.
Oh, it's a bank.
Yeah.
Oh, like for offshore trading?
I hope so.
Illegal activity?
I hope so. Well, we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Where do you put your offshore money at, Dan?
Butterfields.
I don't know. So, I mean, if you're looking for a bank, and I'm sure it's a reputable bank. I've never done any business with them. I don't have a lot of money to do any business with a bank, but I'm just saying, if you're looking for a bank and you're looking through these names and you've got bank, you've got Chase, and you've got Bermuda, and then you've got Butterfield. Who's clicking on Butterfield? And maybe it's so exclusive, and maybe you have to have so many zeros behind your name that, well, yeah, we don't want you to know about Butterfields because we're not interested in your business. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just saying.
100%.
It could be a thing.
I am not here to tell them how to run their business. They must be doing good.
They are sponsoring a golf tournament. We're not.
Exactly.
So there you go. Okay, well, let's speaking of, by the way, PB, if you're listening, Dominican Republic, late this year, early next, maybe when you make it back down. Let's get some dates together and let's get a round in at Teeth of the Dog, man. We'd love to get some video of that. Okay, so we are heading to the Butterfield Bermuda Championship at Port Royal Golf Club. It's a Robert Trent Jones design. It's in Southampton, Bermuda. I don't know if we'll be able to say this many times this year, Dan. I don't think we will. It's checking in around 6,800 yards. So one of the shorter courses we're going to see on tour. And yeah, it should be very scenic. It'll be played at a regular hour so you can watch it without exhausting yourself or having to watch the pre-recorded for your personal likings. And yeah, I think most of the holes here are going to be played along the ocean, so you can expect it to be windy. So I'm kind of thinking back. I mean, and again, as we're relating to other courses, I mean, it's going to be what is it? The RBM, the Puerto Rico Open. I don't know if it's the Puerto Rico. Yeah, you know where I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, think about the courses that are kind of in those windswept places. I mean, think about too bad. Why didn't Phil play in here, man? I mean, he lit it up down in South Georgia this year. So I mean, I'm thinking, hey, that's probably a pretty good place for you to show up and score. So I don't know. This has been played here for 2 years. The previous winners are Brian Gay and Brendan Todd at the Bermuda Championship, now the Butterfield Bermuda Championship. And man, we've got a headline. We have got a headline here. If you're looking for autographs and you're looking for star power, it could be short-lived. Could be short-lived. I'd say our headliners are Matt Fitzpatrick, friend of the show, Patrick Reed. Thanks for your support. But other than that, man, the field kind of starts going south. And I think we're going to be saying that a lot for the rest of the calendar year 2021 into our 2022 season, Dan. What are your thoughts?
It's that time of year where you start seeing some off season, and these guys need an off season, right? I mean, every sport has an off season. We got the year round calendar that Monahan's put together for the PGA Tour. They're giving this extra money if you play the 15 events on the PGA Tour, et cetera. But the reality is some of these guys want a little bit of an off season, and I think they deserve it too. So it is what it is. And it's a great time for some of these guys that are hungry to get out there and try to earn more points and get their way up that leaderboard in the FedEx points. But
what do you mean, like Bucky? Should Bucky have taken last week off and played this week?
Well, I think first off, result-wise, yes. But ZOZO Field was pretty damn good.
Yeah,
it was pretty damn good.
It was okay. Yeah, hold on. Let me check you there. Pump the brakes. The brakes. It was okay. It was okay. It was okay.
But it was stronger than this field.
Yes, totally. And the payout was definitely better as well in a no-cut event. So I understand why people elected to go over there. I mean, Ricky just paid for his daughter's college. Not that he needed to, but he's like, hey, that's just another cushion.
Yeah. So, but no, it's a great opportunity for these guys to get their standing out there, get some points up. Maybe they make their card after this. I mean, who knows, right? So it's a great opportunity for these guys. So, yeah, I like these.
Is Bermuda still an English? Is it a UK owned or UK governed country? Governed country.
Could be. I don't know the specifics on that. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm thinking if it is, why didn't Fleetwood pull a string or two and be like, hey, like I need one of those exemptions, because I'm thinking Butterfield. If so, I don't know where this is. Allegedly, Bermuda is a European, UK controlled country, Great Britain controlled country, European controlled or governed country, and doesn't Butterfield sound like a European last name to you? Like it could be a European last name, the Butterfields.
I actually thought it was great going into Thanksgiving.
Ooh, no, that's a different butter. Different butter, but I know what you're saying.
Butterball.
Completely different butter. But I mean, this could, if it is, I mean, this is where Fleetwood needs to say like, hey, Butterfield Bank, like I got an empty spot on the sleeve over here. I could use a patch and I could use an exemption. Need to get my card back.
Exactly.
All right, so let's jump into let's head over to our friends. Let's see what Moose has done for us at fantasynational.com. Are you going to look at 24 rounds or you want to look at 50? You want to look at 24 or you want to look at 50?
This time of the year, because people don't play as much, I guess the 50 would be better, but either way.
I'm going to go to 50. I'm going to go to 50 just because, one of the headliners, Matt Fitzpatrick, we haven't seen him since the Ryder Cup, and we hadn't seen him then since, I think, in August. So yeah, I don't know that it necessarily changes things up too much, but I'm going to look at 50 just because. And let's see. Okay, here we go. Well, speaking of headliners, I know why they didn't name these two guys, but these two guys may be a little jaded coming into this thing. I know one of them's not going to be in my one and done, but the players over $10,000, Matt Fitzpatrick, Christiaan Bezuidenhout, Mito Pereira. You will not be in my one and done this weekend. Why, Dan?
We already used them.
I used him at a cut event where he didn't make the cut. Patrick Reed, 10,400, and Seamus Power at $10,200. Do you like, or are you going to be playing anybody in the elite field at $10,000 and above?
100%. So last 50 rounds.
No, Dan. You can't play. You can't, even though there's 5 people there, you can't play them all because that's more than $50,000 just in them. You can't play 100% of the 10,000 and better lineup.
Well, so Seamus is actually number 1 in DK points last 50 rounds. So you gotta think about that. P Reed, great player. I mean, he's since coming back from this COVID, it's been a struggle for him. But I think he's a lot of potential here.
Hold on. He had double pneumonia. He did not have COVID.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That's a good point. Actually, it's a really good point. I'm glad you brought that up.
Because speaking from someone that has had COVID, I have not had double pneumonia, so I don't know what it does to you. But COVID is definitely a drain on you physically, like the fatigue standpoint of COVID that I experienced. So let's clarify. Get a couple of breathing treatments a day. Get the lungs cleaned out of that fluid. I think double pneumonia. I think you're recovering. You're doing just fine. I mean, shit, he played at East Lake for crying out loud.
Yep. So Fitzy, last 50 rounds, he's second DK points. He's second shots gained total, 8th tee to green, 9th ball striking, 5th in putting. I mean, that's strong. We just haven't seen him in a while, right? So that's the thing about him.
We haven't seen him since the Ryder Cup. And if I recall, I don't think he earned won a single point. I think he lost every match that he played in.
He might have. He might have. So my favorite here is probably Mito, followed by Seamus. What about you?
Yeah, so I'm not against. I'm probably not playing. What's Fitzy's? What's his own percentage? It's got to be high. It's probably the highest in the field.
Let me get there.
I think it's either going to be Fitzy or Reed that are going to be the two highest owned. But I'm probably fading at $11,000. I think there's better value in the field than to spend $11,000 on Fitzpatrick. If Dan picks him as his one and done, definitely don't play him. If he doesn't pick him as his one and done, probably going to want to put him in every lineup that you have.
So which one did you want projected?
Well, I would say, yeah, Fitzpatrick. Yeah, so 17% owned.
Yeah.
So what do you get? 17%, 17% for Bezuidenhout. Pereira's at 23. He'll be over that. Look at P. Reed down there not getting any love. And Seamus Power, he's in the high teens as well. So here's where I think I'm going to go with this is I'm probably fading Fitzpatrick, Bezuidenhout, Mito. God, I don't know. I mean, that putting looks so shitty on here. I'm probably getting away from that. I think I'm starting at 10-4 and I'm playing these bottom two guys. I think Patrick Reed and Seamus Power might start out a lot of my lineups. I mean, everything looks really good. The only thing about Patrick Reed that kind of scares me is, recent form, if you want to call it that, hasn't been that good. 68th, the CJ Cup, missed the Shriners. And then of course, he played the Tour Championship, which I'm not even going to look at that one. So I think Seamus is my guy here. I may be getting into a little one and done action here as well. So I think Seamus, and there's no reason to fade anybody. I think if you want to start someone up here, I think you can start anywhere you want, to be honest with you. And I'm going to be torn. Do I play Reed in this field or do I play Seamus just based on the strokes gain numbers?
Right. For me, it's all about Mito and Seamus in this category right here.
Look at you.
Just because they've been playing more often and we can kind of see some trajectory. That's the reason why. Yeah.
No, totally agree, man. All right, $9,000. So give me a couple you like and a couple you don't.
$9,000 kicking it off. We got Hayden Buckley. And it goes all the way down to Patrick Rodgers.
Do you even know what Hayden Buckley looks like?
It's he's a Puma guy. He Mercedes and Rolex. And he wears a lot of orange. I think that's the guy, right?
Well, because I thought he was a founder of a band, and I'm like, wait a minute, shouldn't he be on the senior tour?
So I'm confusing him with Bucky Fowler, and you're confusing him with who?
I don't know. It's a little band called Fleetwood Mac. I don't know. I didn't even know he was a big golfer. Didn't know he was a big golfer.
Nice. No, but no. So Hayden Buckley, 23rd ranked in this model. 14 projected ownership, $9,900. T8 at the Shriners, T4 at Sanderson, missed the cut at Fortinet. KF, the Corn Ferry Tour Championship, T4, and missed the cut at Nationwide. So last two has been on fire. First shots gained total in this field. Off the tee, 22nd, approach 29th, putting 56. That's a solid. I gotta play that. I've got to play that. What about you?
I'm looking up something. Didn't Danny Willett just win an event in Europe?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And it wasn't the Scottish Open but he just won over there, and he hasn't had a great run. I don't want to say great, but so Danny Willett, 21st at the Shriners, he missed Fortnite. I kind of want to. What's his own projection? I'm looking at
7.4.
Just based off of that win, right? On the European Tour. I'm thinking at 7% owned. Maybe he inches up towards almost double digits, but I'm thinking that's maybe a chance. And I think Adam Hadwin also might be a good look. The numbers are decent. And where's Adam?
We are drinking Willett.
We are drinking Willett. And coming in at 15, just shy of 15%, 6th at the Shriners, 45th at the Sanderson. I mean, I may look to put some money on Adam. We'll go back and check. I'll make a note. We need to look and see what his odds are. But Hadwin could be a good sleeper pick, man, to put some cheap money on.
Yeah, I like Hadwin as well. T6 at Shriners, that was a good field, man. That was a really good field. So
this may be throwing my one and done for a complete loop. I don't know. I'll let you go first when we get there. Another guy, the $9,000 price tag just totally fucks it up for me. But Patrick Rodgers,
yeah,
I think that's probably somewhere I'm gonna go. And Patrick Rodgers, you just jumped off. I think he was mid-teens in
10.3.
So 10% ownership. Miss Sanderson, 6 at Fortinet, missed a cut at the. We don't need to go back that far, but so I mean, we got a missed cut, we got a 6. So I don't know that I'm that scared of it. I mean, I think this shorter course at sub 7,000, maybe even sub 6,900 yards. I think it's going to open some things up. So I don't know. You can fade plenty of people. I think the guys that I'm probably going to lean and where I'm going to start most of my lineups is going to be Hadwin, Willett, Rodgers. And I'm definitely skipping over plenty of people there's not plenty in the $9,000 range. So I'm not skipping over plenty of them, but not to say, the Alfred Dunhilly one. Yeah.
3 weeks ago. Yeah.
So, there's, I mean, talk about recent form. I mean, he just won. He's still not on U.S. soil. So there you go. One-time Masters champion, Danny Willett. I mean, could he be the guy? I mean, his approach looks like shit. Ball striking is definitely, subpar as far as the field goes and strokes gain categories. But I'm not against him.
And do not forget, Cal, never, ever forget this. We just said Willett was a great Bermuda bourbon.
Speaking of.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic. This is like double mint gum.
Mm-hmm.
That finish on that thing is like, it's sweet, it's minty. Reminds me of Danny Willett's swing. All right, so $8,000 range. I don't know how much time we're going to spend through the rest of these things. I think this is probably where you get a lot of value. If I can throw a few out there that I'm probably leaning towards, which everybody else probably is too damn. Guido Migliozzi. I think that's, and everybody else is probably on him too. I think that's probably some action. Where's Guido? Where's Guido?
$8,700. Yeah.
At 8,700. And so high own percentage there. Scott Stallings, he tends to play pretty well in these. We got to find a creative name to call these events, these non-headliner events. So Scott Stallings is probably somewhere around the green. He's kind of struggling. I don't know, that might scare me a little bit on a short course like this. Who else is kind of sticking out? Ryan Armour, maybe. I don't know. Who do you like here?
I like Sahith, and I've said that quite a bit. He's got great pedigree, right? And coming out of college with all of his accolades and everything. Then $8,800, 7.4% projected ownership. He missed the cut at the Shriners, very tough field, but he was T8 at Sanderson Farms, T47 at the Fortinet Championship, 6 at the Korn Ferry Tour Championship, T4 at Nationwide. So great form coming in. Missed the cut at Shriners. Again, tough field in Vegas or whatnot. But you look at shots gained total, 5th in this field, off the T49th. Around the green, 6th, 39th on approach, putting 48th, 18th in this model rank, 7.4 projected ownership. I like him here. I like Sagi.
I think I'm good on the $8,000 range if you are.
Let's see here.
You can milk it if you want to. You gonna give any action to Mark Hubbard this week?
I am. I saw him and I liked it. So yeah, 8th in this field in terms of model rank, 14th 14% projected ownership, $7,900. 83rd off the tee, 11th on approach, strong. 9th around the green, and 23rd in putting. Those are all three strong parts of his game that I think are going to be important here. 44th at Shriners, 16th at Fortinet, and then some missed the cut at the Corn Ferry Tour Championship, nationwide missed the cut, and the Boise at T32. So I like him here, though. I mean, some good form coming in.
So for Hubbard, he was ranked first in strokes gained total at the Shriners, and he finished 44th. He lost almost 3.5 strokes putting. So, but the week before he gained over 5.5 strokes putting. So, I don't know. I mean, with this kind of field, I mean, is this a place where Hubbard is probably a good play? Allegedly, probably. Yeah. Who I like, here's a couple that I like. So Russell Knox, I think that's probably going to be a play for me, even though, I mean, the numbers aren't fantastic, but they're not horrible.
Yeah.
No, sorry, Hank, not to you yet. I guess they're telling me do not play him because it didn't want to let me pull up. Okay, here we go. Russell Knox. Yeah, missed the cut at the Shriners, and he lost 5.5 strokes putting. 29 Sanders, 58th Fortinet. So I mean, if he could putt, then he's probably in pretty damn good shape. But yeah, I'm thinking Russell Knox, Hubbard. Who else down here? And I'm sure everybody else, a household favorite, Hank Lebioda. I think that's probably a pretty good play there as well.
I like Watney as well. 10th in this model, 2.9% projected ownership, $7,800. 18th shots gained total, 64th off the tee, 13th on approach, and 9th in putting. So you look at it, 13th on approach and 9th in putting, very key here. T56 at the Shriners, T2 at Sanderson, T30 at Fortinet. That's some really good trajectory coming into this thing. I mean, I'm definitely playing Nick Watney this week.
You know how Matt Wolf swing, the actual swing, you know how it's like for some people, it's just belaboring to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever heard that before. I've definitely heard it. I haven't said it. Maybe I did. I don't know. Go back and watch all of our other shows and then tell me how many times I said it. You know who it belabors me to watch Nick Watney over the golf ball. I equate it to the Sergio Garcia of old. I mean, back when
he used to waggle,
like, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, whenever, and I think it was at TPC Sawgrass and it could have been at the Open Championship, whatever tournament it was. I mean, I blame Sergio. It doesn't affect me. I just get up and hit the damn ball. But also, my 10 is like his, it's like, it's not even single digits. It's like percentiles of his single digit. But like Nick Watney getting ready to hit the ball, it kills me. I mean, I'm like biting my tongue and grinding my teeth, trying to watch Nick Watney just get in his setup routine. It kills me. Probably what that means is I ought to take some lessons and I ought to incorporate some of that in my own golf swing. I'm not going to, because I feel like it would just frustrate the hell out of me.
So you're saying when Sergio was just like took too much time over the ball, you're saying?
Yeah, but Sergio, it's like he just rings the club.
But he took way too much time.
And he takes way too much time. And Nick,
that was the Martina Hingis days, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But Nick Watney, he's so fidgety over the ball. He's like, it's almost like he's doing the salsa or the merengue. I mean, he's like every time he's like he's got all these moves and I know what he's doing. I mean, he's setting himself up. He's getting himself in his striking pose. He's getting himself in striking posture and he's getting everything ready. It's like Eli Manning on Monday Night Football. It's he's getting the hips lined up. And yeah, I don't know. Nick Watney is someone it's always been, he has and will continue. And no matter if he doesn't play any more golf the rest of his life, he'll play better golf than I'll ever play with all of my golf combined. It is belaboring for me to watch him. So for that reason, I've got to pass on Nick Watney.
Mark it down. Nick Watney, Dan's one and done.
Nick Watney, champion, 2022 champion of the
Bermuda.
Butterfield Bermuda Championship. Who else is in here? So talked about Hank. Affy Barnrat. I mean, shit, I don't know. Every time I don't want to play that guy, he does something. I'm not going there, but very well could. Aaron Rye, not to be confused with Willett Rye that Dan's bragging about so much on the show.
So good.
I think that's probably a possibility there in this field. But the other guy I wanted to mention, I know you thought I was done. No, it is not Sepp Straka, but it is. This is kind of a sneaky little tournament that I think old Duffy.
That's what I was going to go to.
I think Duffy, listen, 42 at Fortnite, and we can stop there. But I mean, in his past 6 tournaments, he's finished 42nd or better. In 5 of those, he's finished 28th or better. And in 3 of those, he's finished 26th or better, with his best finish. It's way, way, way back in July, finished 18th, and he lost 3 strokes putting. Duffner is going to make a lot of lineups for me. I can tell you that. I think that's, and that may very well be the case for a lot of people, but I think Duffner is someone that's probably, well, here's the thing. I think if you're a casual golf fan and you're scrolling through DraftKings or you're looking through Fantasy National, because there's a lot of unfamiliar names here, I think that potentially Duffner stands out. If you're looking at, hey, who just came off the Corn Ferry, who's new to the tour, then I don't know, Jason Duffner's kind of an old man. And it's like, I don't want to play that old man. He hadn't really done anything. Putting absolutely could be horrid. I mean, I think there's really that one tournament out of the past 6 that's dragging his numbers down to what they are. But I think Duffner's could be, I think there could be some action. I definitely like him for a top 20.
Yeah, I'm with you in there. I was going to go there too, so I'm glad you did that. Anybody below that in the 6K?
I don't know where Graham McDowell's at. He's somebody I would kind of lean towards. Brian Stewart, I think, probably somebody I would go to in the $7,000 range. And the 6K, I don't think you need to really go there.
Yeah.
Unless you just, Adam Svensson. That could be someone that you maybe want to lean on. I mean, in my model, he's ranked number 1 in strokes gained tee to green. He absolutely sucks in putting. Who else? Camilo Villegas. That could be someone that I kind of look at down there. That's potentially high. Chase Seifert could be someone that I give a nod to. Outside of that, I'm probably, look at Tommy Two Gloves Gainey coming in hot. No, so I'm probably sticking with those three guys or so that I'm going to kind of anchor on. So
yeah, I'm with you there too. Yep. Okay, good.
Hold on, but let's re-pour. Unless you probably already drank yours.
No, I did not.
Yeah.
I'm taking Ricky Fowler this week.
Oh, Bucky Fowler for the one and done. Let me tell you how that worked out for me last week, Dan. It's actually you're well, wait a minute. So hold on. Speaking of one and dones, who did you take the lead?
No, actually, you're ahead by like $100,000 because you had a really good one at the CJ Cup. You got who was it there? You got, was it Morikawa or somebody? No. You had somebody big there. Yeah. Oh, it was Cam Smith.
Oh yeah, Cam Smith. Yeah. I thought, and great use of him. That's another one I won't have to ponder over the rest of the season. So good to go there.
Yeah.
So what happens when if you take the lead in the one and done? Are we just going to have a show about how you took the lead in the one and done, your strategy?
It'd probably be a special episode. Yeah, probably a ribbon cutting event. Yep.
What are we going to have, like mocktail spritzers?
Mocktail spritzers? No. We're going to have the bourbon coffee spritzers or something. Yeah.
Ooh, a cold coffee. By the way, I don't know if you had a chance to check out the review or not, but I did find I found the Beam Cream. I don't know.
Beam Cream.
Jim Beam's Bourbon Cream. The Beam Cream. Who named that? Why would you do that? I don't know. But anyway, they did it. And those things are like I say it a lot. equally good, but equally different. So there's a great review. Well, I don't know if it's great. It's definitely a good, I give a good representation of what both of those taste like, in my opinion. My opinion. And so go check that out at Birdies and Bourbon on YouTube. I thought it was noteworthy. When I find the Evan Williams, I don't know if the Evan Williams is going to be called, but there's an Evan Williams that's it's coming out. I haven't seen it here yet, but when I get them, I'm going to put all three of them side by side. But maybe we'll stack up a little barrel aged coffee and do some, a little mix.
The other thing we need to do this year is we need a side by side of the best eggnogs in the market.
Now that, sir, can happen. I could use Beam's cream almost for that. I mean, it tasted a lot like eggnog.
Because Evan Williams does their own eggnog, I think, right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, well, there's more coming out. There's more on the
way. And remember, we've got to get it this year from Clearwater because he does one too.
Oh, he did say he was. Yeah. Oh, by the way, they just released a couple of more whiskeys. So
I like that. I like those guys. I like those guys a lot.
Yeah, we probably need to get Matt back on the show sometime.
That light whiskey was
the 14-year.
You got some of that still?
Oh yeah.
I'll be over soon.
Nope. hey, actually just ran out. Let's see. Okay, one and done. I feel like I could be stealing yours. I want you to go. I want to give you the honor. Well, here's the way I think we should do it going forward. You won this weekend, so it's your tee box, sir.
I didn't win this weekend. You won this weekend.
No. I had Bucky Fowler.
Oh, that's right. You won last weekend.
I'm
going Mito. We talked about him earlier. Yeah. I think he's probably one of the best top 5 players in the field. I'm taking him.
He burned me for sure. I hope he burns your ass. So hey, mark it a 0, Donnie. Mito will not
over the line.
Mito misses a cut. Mark it a 0, Donnie.
Over the T marker.
Mark it a 0, Donnie. Okay, so I'm struggling. And there's people I could go with down below these guys, but I'm not going to stoop that low this weekend. I want to stick with P. Reed. I want to pick him so bad because I'm thinking, where else is Patrick Reed going to play that's going to have this field that? I mean, I don't know if he's going to play in another tournament that's like this.
That's a little bit this light, yeah. In terms of firepower,
yeah. That's this low proof. That's this low proof.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
However,
like this Bezuidenhout in
yeah, you're right. It's like we're going to have a lot of Sagamores left throughout the year. We ain't gonna have a whole lot of we're not gonna have a whole lot of Bezuidenhout's low proofers that he's actually gonna play in. So, but I'm looking at Seamus Power's numbers, and I'm like, they're gonna be on the ocean. The first 3 letters of his name starts with SEA. What's that spell, Dan? Okay, let's just go with C. Like the ocean, like the sea, like yes.
Yes. I think it spells Shay.
Give me Seamus Powers. Give me Seamus Power.
All right. You got him. All right, you got him.
I'll take Seamus.
You got him.
Because I think the same about him as I do Patrick Reed is when is he going to be in this low proof of a field? And I feel like the numbers are in his favor. So we'll see where that goes. Okay, so
give me the proof on the 3 and on the retail on the 3.
Ooh, that's going to be a tough one. Okay, so
at least give me the proof on the 3.
Yeah.
Just give me ranges. Give me ranges.
Bezuidenhout should be around 80 proof. Bezuidenhout 10-year, 80 proof, and it's probably going to cost you around $80 or $90.
Okay.
The Willett that we're sipping on right now is going to be 110 proof.
Really, it doesn't drink like that at all.
And so depending on where you get it and what kind of sucker you are, you should be paying around $40. Yeah, it probably should be in the mid 30s, probably maybe in the 40s. If you're at one of these kind of gotcha stores, you could see it on the shelf for 100 or more. Don't buy it. Don't buy it at 100 or more. I'd say pick up another rye and go there. And the Sagamore double oaked, this actually, isn't it? This was our pick. This one was, the proof on this one is. This one was, still don't want to tell us. Covered up the proofer.
It's probably like 100.
Yeah, I think the double oaked is probably, well, I'll look it up.
I'll look it up.
Yeah. So, but the double oak, if you're into double oak, so if you like
That's good.
if you like Devil's Cut, Jim Beam, if you're into Jim Beam double oaked, if you like double oak stuff or double oak whiskey, this one, Sagamore is it's really good. Either way,
96 proof.
Yeah, that's okay. That sounds right. And it's probably coming in $60 or $70. I'm gonna speculate to say at retail.
I don't have that here, but yeah.
I'm get. Well, did you say anything?
Yeah, $60. Yeah.
Yeah, so 60 or 70, depending on the market and et cetera. So based on what we know, I mean, by far the Basil Hayden 10-year is the most expensive, and it's the lowest proof by double-digit points. So. Let's get your take. I want to talk a little. I got a movie, it's a little movie and TV I want to talk too. But let's hit this first. So, if you had to rank these, how would you rank them?
Tonight, because of what I've eaten today, I would go, and this could change, right? Because tomorrow I could say the one I like the least, which is not necessarily to say I don't like it. It's just that I like the least. It has to be in an order, right? Right now, I'm going to go Sagamore, Willett, and then Basil Hayden.
Ooh, nice. Can't really. All right. Well, so tonight, and what you should do is you should go get these bottles and taste them for yourself, and you should rank them, and you should have the same ones at different days and figure out a blind tasting for yourself. By the way, if you haven't figured out how to do a blind tasting by yourself, 3 glasses, put something unique on the bottom of it, put a little piece of tape and put a 1, 2, 3 or ABC, and give them the old shuffle. And you can blind taste yourself easily enough. That way you don't know.
It's the best way to taste. The best way to taste is the blind taste.
Yeah. Tonight for me, I'm going to go. It's actually Willett, Sagamore, and Basil Hayden is the last for me for sure. I don't know that there's going to be a day that I'm going to say that the Basil Hayden 10-year was like that's going to lead anything. Not against this lineup. I think the Sagamore and the Willett are going to flip flop a little bit for me. And I don't think any of them are bad, even though I bought the bottle of Basil Hayden 10-year and I've never bought another bottle of Basil Hayden 10-year. The Sagamore, I think that was a media sample from Sagamore, but I bought plenty more after that, believe me. And the Willett I purchased as well. And I think I'll kind of flip flop between the Willett and the Sagamore because they're just completely different rye whiskeys. Oh, sorry.
Yep. This is going to be a 20-minute Cal rant. Okay. So in the watch world, you've got Rolex and Patek and AP and all these guys, all the logos you see on all these golfers, right? And then you got Grand Seikos and all, and IWC and all these different brands. Okay. And you got a Rolex Daytona that sells for $13,000 retail in your AD. And then on the secondary market, it sells for $38,000 right now. Okay. So the question is, why wouldn't Rolex just charge $38,000 for a Daytona and just do away with the secondary market? So with these 3 here, you're saying that Sagamore's 60, the Basil Hayden's 80, and the Willett is 40. But the Willett is going to sell for 100 in a lot of stores. The thought process is with the watches is like, okay, well, why doesn't Rolex just charge $40,000 for a Daytona and call it a day? Well, because a watch at that price point should be a lot more advanced than it is in terms of what you're getting for that watch. It's just the rarity of it. Do you think the same is holding true here with these in terms of, will it be charging $100 for that bottle, or should it be charging $40 for that bottle?
Out of the three bottles, out of the three expressions that we've tasted, I think there's a lot of uniqueness to, I don't know if that's the right way to frame that. There's a lot, there's so many variables in what you're framing up in the watch world to what you just framed up in the in the bourbon world. Now, and let me preface by this. So, Willett, this was a green top bottle, not a purple top. And essentially what I'm saying is, if this was a purple top, it would have been $200, $300, $400 if you could have even found it. I think that what we're seeing right now, and where I think, and we're seeing it in the watch world, I'll try to shoehorn this in there, is that no, I don't, no, this bottle to me, like I just said, if this thing is over like 40 or 45 bucks, and I wouldn't even pay that. I mean, really it should be like 30 or 35, the Willett, the green top. And absolutely there are so many better ryes out there that you could pay double the price of what the SRP is for the Willett, but there's no reason to pay secondary or aftermarket price for a Willett green top when you can go out and get something like a Sagamore. You could get a Knob Creek rye. You could get a rare breed rye, which it's Turkey does, and I love stuff, I love the rare breed expressions. So I think that the difference is that you've got somebody like Sagamore that's backed by just transparency, right? I mean, it's the Under Armour essentially started Sagamore Spirit, not taking away from anything that Brian Tracy and team have done over there and what they've done and how they've gotten everything to the market. But, I think that the key there is that they've got plenty of product because they've been sitting on a lot of product. They sourced, sitting and they're sitting on it, and now they're starting to get to their what their releases. I mean, it's like, look at Sagamore and look at some of their barrel finish stuff. When we were talking with Brian on the show, and he was talking about the Manhattan finish, right? And he's like, shit,
oh, that was good
he's
stuff.
Like, if you find another bottle, and I actually found a couple and I picked them up because they don't have anything. I mean, that was kind of
the Manhattan
of the man. Yeah,
I'll be over soon.
Well, hey, yeah, they're hold on.
I'm all out.
Yeah, they're gone. but in all reality, I mean, it's like, the Basil Hayden 10-year is like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who's paying. I don't know why you're paying $80 or $90 for an 80 proofer that just kind of is, I mean, like really, like that needs to be put in a cocktail. And and it ain't even going to hold up. I mean, you need to put it with something else and put it in like an old pal or something that's going to kind of hold up. You got to backstop it with something that's a little higher proof. So I don't know why, with the Willett and the Basil Hayden, it's just, I mean, they're creating their own demand. I mean, so as I'm kind of trying to get this back over to the watch arena, it's the reason that they're not charging $40,000 for a $10,000 watch is because they don't have to. And the clearly the margins are there that they don't need to charge $40,000 for a $10,000 watch that they value, right? Because they're valuing, it's like, wait a minute, I'm going to go pay 3 times as much for something that somebody's already worn, and maybe for many years.
Yeah.
And I mean, and if you've got an automatic, if you got one, right? I mean, these things, they got to be serviced. Parts wear out on them, oddly enough. And sometimes they don't keep, I mean, there's a lot of upkeep, but somebody would rather go and pay. And I don't know. I think it's more the mindset of the consumer that's willing to do that and go down that road, which just like, it's like, I mean, listen, I'm a pig about it, right? I mean, I've got plenty of bottles back here that are the label, that's the label, right?
Yeah.
And there, I don't, if you want it, you're doing it for the right reasons, then I think it's the right reason. If you can afford to do it.
Yeah.
If you can't afford to do it, then there's a problem.
I see that new vertical up there. We're going to go through that in the next couple of days, right? Isn't it? Right?
I did. Did you get these?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got them. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah. I know. Now that whole vertical is
Yep.
like, I think the bottle just to this side of it, that one bottle to this side of it is like 3 times more on the secondary than all of those bottles are together. And I'm not saying that any of those bottles or all of those bottles combined are better than that one bottle. But what I am saying is, and why I do have a lot of alcohol on the shelf is, number one, because I'm not an alcoholic.
Right. So no, your summary is completely accurate. And it's exactly what I thought you would say. And it's the same thing in both worlds, and that is supply and demand, and that the demand and the buzz behind one certain type of bottle or a watch or product is like, it's so high that people are bidding it up and they want it and they got to have it as a trophy or whatnot. But at the same price or a lot less of the price, you can get just as good as a product and be happy. If you don't have to have that particular one, there's a lot more ways that you can satisfy yourself with that. Yep,
yeah. I mean,
100%.
so if I can,
Yep.
if I'm not belaboring the subject here. So I own, I don't know, a couple of watches. Only one of them is a nice one. It's this one. And it was a gift, and I cherish it, love it. You know, it's been a great watch. And, you know, I would rather go and buy a new set of golf clubs than go, and which the watch is going to be, you know, 3 or 4 times the price of, and just at face value, right? Just at retail, if you can find it, it's going to be a hell of a lot more than a set of golf clubs. But there's something about, even though a watch is tangible, right? I can feel it, I can see it, I think technology has kind of removed me from the watch arena. It's like, I mean, this is like man jewelry, not man jewelry. It's just like people jewelry right now.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, I can look, but hey, but I can also be like, I mean, where are you when you can't pick this up and be like, oh, it's this time. And even if you don't have service, it still tells you what time it is. The only time you're going to be there is when it's dead. Well, guess what? If I didn't wear this thing all weekend and I pick it up off the counter, guess what? Ain't moving. It ain't moving, man. It's sitting on whenever it stopped. Whenever it stopped, it stopped. So, you know, it's that's the thing to me. Now, the thing about bourbon or whiskey is I can always pick it up and I can taste it, and it changes every time. There are some characteristics that I'm probably always going to get. If I didn't like it, I may be like, it wasn't as bad as what I had the last time. But if it's something that I liked, I'm probably always going to like, and it's been like, well, it's not as good as it was yesterday, but there's that one note that I still like that's in there. So I think, to me, that's the difference between like a watch and a whiskey is, yeah.
But the point was about the market, the secondary market, in terms of how much it is. But it's all about preference in terms of what you value more, right? So you value that more. Other people value the watch more. It wasn't really about the class of like, I like this more than like. It's more along the lines of, because the secondary market's doing this, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to pay that in order to get that experience.
When I put this watch on, I don't feel any different. When I take a big sip of whiskey,
mm-hmm.
As someone would say, big sip.
Leaded or unleaded?
Oh, leaded.
All right. So hit me with your TV stuff. Okay, we got to go. We're getting long-winded.
I know. Sorry. Okay. So, all right. TV. It's kind of sports, but Braves win. Braves win. Braves win.
Good Lord. There we go.
Braves win. Who you got? By the way, busr.com/birdies to bet the World Series. Busr.com/birdies to bet the World Series. Who you got?
I have not been to the new Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I don't know how the trash cans are.
No, Dan. That's no. We'll get to the Falcons and we'll talk about the Dolphins in just a second.
No, the trash cans for the Astros when they're banging the trash cans about the count and what pitch is coming.
Is it still illegal to cheat on baseball? I'm
all about the Braves. I mean, no, I'm all about. I can't stand the Astros. Yeah. So
Going Bravo. I'm going Bravos too. I mean, I guess quasi adopted, whatever you call it, hometown boy.
as
All
a
about
kid,
the
I watched the
Braves.
Braves growing up as a kid. I mean, that was our closest one. I'm a Red Sox fan. This is my number one. Number two is Braves because I was as a kid. Yep,
The
100%.
Boston Braves.
There you
I
go.
mean, you watched them as a kid all
There
day
you go.
long. I wanted to have my pearl necklace on tonight. Oddly enough, I don't have any pearls in the house. So yeah, I don't know. Had some oysters, but non-producing.
Nice.
So let's see. What else burned me this week? So here's a good one. So fantasy football. The West Durham's Atlanta Falcons played the Miami Fins, and I was a little worried. I did in my pick'em league. I did pick the Atlanta Falcons to come out victorious. Had me worried for quite some time. I was like, holy shit, are they actually going to lose to Tugs down there and the Dolphins? They did not. They
didn't have me worried at all. I knew what we do. Oh,
all right. So I won that one. And
so real quick, my prediction: next 5 years, it's going to be the London Dolphins.
No. It's going to be the London. Can you call it football over there? You can't call it. You're going to have to go the London Pigskin team.
The London Pigskin. It's going to be the old Miami Dolphins.
The London Butterfields.
They are struggling.
Let's see. Okay, even though there's shitload of ball on. I had to beef the bar up a little bit because I had a little sagging. As we get older, we start to sag. So I had to do some restructuring back there.
Did you put some more reinforcements up, like get the hammer out kind of stuff? Yeah.
Oh yeah. We got the drill, the hammer. Yeah, I did some stuff. Yeah, I had a little sagging. Yeah, but it happens when you get older. But I wanted. You may not have watched it yet. But I flipped it on. I was kind of tired. I was sported out, and I flipped on the new release of Dune. Did you watch Dune yet?
Not yet. This is a movie, right?
Yeah, it's a movie. Let me go ahead and say this could. I'm probably going to offend a lot of people by this, so I'm going to go ahead and let it rip. This could be now. Dune is like a remake from like the mid 80s or something. I think and I don't even remember the guy that played the main character, and it was kind of, I don't know. It was a little. It was the mid 80s, right? And I don't think it held a light to Star Wars. I haven't gone back and rewatched it. I'm not going to, but I do remember watching Star Wars. And I remember watching Star Wars as a kid. And like Star Wars, I still remember. Dune, I don't really remember.
Me either.
But this was really it was pretty well done. It's like if you could combine Star Wars with Mad Max.
Okay.
It's like that. I mean, that to me, so it's a little, it's sci-fi in a sense. So, but if you could think about like Mad Max, where we're not driving around, what was his car? Like a 69 Mustang Fastback or something. I don't know what it was. But it was some late 60s muscle car with the blower and all that stuff. And it's got that Jason Momoa guy in it. Let me just say
Aquaman.
Aquaman. The reason I say that it's going to be the new Star Wars is that this is going to be just be expecting that there's going to be things at the end that lead you to part 2 is probably already being filmed. They actually, it may already be done. They may be working on episode 3 right now. It's going to be the new trilogy in the sense of Dune was as far as I know, one time and done show and or movie. And this Dune is going to be, I mean, they're going to build off of this thing and they're going to work through it. And whether you're into sci-fi or any of that crap, if you watch the C on Apple TV and any of that stuff, it kind of fits right in that same category. So I thought it was really well done. I thought the characters were good. I thought they spaced everybody out enough that it really kind of anchored on to you could kind of adapt to each character and each persona that existed. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thought it was good. I wouldn't say, waste the whole evening on it. I did it while I was, pulling down liquor and putting it up and catching it kind of in the peripheral over here. So,
but yeah, that's good.
Good stuff.
That's good. Good deal.
Did you see Jason Sudeikis?
Oh yeah, SNL.
Yeah, did you see that?
I watched part of it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think?
Good. I liked it. I loved the monologue. I love the fact that he said that he was a kid watching it and how, so many musical acts were over here, Nirvana and Pearl Jam and all those, and how, all the comedy. And I thought that was really a really good monologue. And you can tell his influence on the Ted Lasso show in terms of writing about how authentic he is and how positive he is. And it just kind of pours through that show with other writers on that show as well. And Beard's one of the writers. I don't know if you knew that. He's one of the actually creators of the show, but great show. But I thought the monologue, and hopefully Sudeikis can continue that theme, because I love the theme of positivity more so than it bleeds and leads kind of thing. So yeah, 100%. I thought it was awesome what he did. And I'm a fan, man. I'm a really big fan.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I think, I'm glad to see somebody like that step out of there, even though he wanted to, right? I mean, that's what he wanted to do. But, kudos to Sudeikis for stepping out and taking that chance and kind of going down a path of like, oh shit, let's see what happens. Because if you've got the creative mind and the ability to kind of go down that road, then hey, and I'm sure there's some wranglers, right, that are kind of like, hey, it might be better if we go to, what do you think about this? But yeah, giving someone that ability to, hey, let me write it down. You kind of then tell me, what's going in the right direction with the algorithm. So yeah, I thought it was fantastic.
I think he said it best. Like, how do you take a show about soccer and positivity, the two things that the U.S. hates, and make it a hit? It's like, yeah, awesome.
I can't argue. All right, well, here's to Mito Pereira. Sorry, Mito.
Seamus is gonna win.
Hey, I'd say, hey, go and get that lounge chair booked. You're gonna have some beach time on the weekend, and here's to. Oh, I got some more reviews coming out, hopefully. So, cheers to that. Check us out at Birdies_Bourbon on Instagram. We're at Birdies and Bourbon on YouTube. We're working on that, by the way, but that's just what it is right now. And more importantly, we'd like a like or a dislike. Either way, even a bad review